Flosstube. Welcome back for another episode of Crafty Boy Mom. This is episode number 2, and I'm so thankful that you've decided to join me again. Thank you to all of you that joined me for my first attempt at this fun. To all the friends and family that so wonderfully watched and supported. I appreciate you, and it's been fun to run into people in the last couple weeks and just see your excitement for this. So thank you for supporting me. And to all of you that found me through YouTube or Instagram or Pam and Steph's Just Keep Stitching last episode, thank you for coming. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back again. So anyway, good welcome. Thanks again for coming back. So life update, nothing too exciting these last couple weeks. We've been enjoying the last of our warm fall weather, and yesterday and today are typical Oregon days. We have 50 degrees and rain and gray. So it looks like we're going to have another couple days of sunshine and then 7 straight days of rain. So welcome winter. But that's okay. It's nice to have things cooled off. And my allergies are feeling a little better. So that's always a plus. So anyway, again, welcome, and here we go. So as I was digging around the sewing room today to kind of try and find something vintagey to show you, I came across these 2 spools of thread, or, well, I think that's what they are. I don't know. I'll show you the end of it. It's a JP Coates crochet cotton, and I thought, well, that was interesting. I pulled it out, and it's actually, it reminds me of chenille is what it looks like. It's very, very soft, but it's called crochet cotton. So I'm not sure what grandma might have used this, but I think it's gorgeous. I think it's very pretty. I wish I could have seen what they made out of it, but that was fun. And then there was another crochet cotton here as well. This spool feels like paper. And it's kind of a gold color. This reminds me of what my grandma would have made doilies out of. So something similar to that in texture. And yeah, super pretty. I've never seen a spool like this before, so that was kind of fun. So they're just on display here in my space. So kind of fun. Okay, some previous finishes. I pulled a couple more in today to show you. I only have a few more, so I better get to finishing so that I can have some previous finishes. The first one is another pattern by Lily Violet. I just love her style. And so this one, when I saw it, I immediately knew I had to do it. I love Mary Poppins and anything to do with her. So had to get this one right away. It's called Practically Perfect. This was a fun pattern, pretty simple, just a few colors, 7 total. It's mostly 310, but it was a fun one. I have what I would consider a fully finished, but not fully finished, if that makes sense. I mounted it on sticky board and then put another layer of sticky board behind it with some black check, and my ultimate finish is going to be, I'm going to have my husband do like a shiplap style type finish behind it and paint it white with picture hangers so I can actually hang it on the wall. But for the most part, it's finished. And she is just adorable. Her little red rosy cheeks just crack me up. But this was a fun one to do. So, and then last year I participated in Fat Quarter Shop's Stitch Along with their Halloween pattern, and it was the Bats and Booze, and I believe it's still on their website as a free PDF download. This was my first out of the ordinary finish for me, other than a frame, kind of when I discovered that you could do something different with your pieces besides that. So I went down to Hobby Lobby and just found something, black box, and I mounted it on sticky board with some rickrack around there, and then a bow and some ribbon around the edge, and then just that pumpkin. This would be the extent of my Halloween decorations this year. I used to go all out when the boys were little, I had bins and bins of decorations, and of course it was great fun to help me decorate the house and the table and all the things. And as they got older and stopped noticing, and I was the only one that ever got excited about it, it kind of lost its excitement. Christmas, for sure, I go all out, but Halloween, not so much. I didn't even get my porch decorated this year, so maybe next year, but that's my Halloween decorations for this year. So just a couple of fun finishes. Previous finishes. My current finishes, I finally put the finishing touches on this one. I worked on it most of the summer, and I really enjoyed it. It's a fun one. It brings back some good memories. We have family that live in the Midwest on the Mississippi, and we go on the Mark Twain riverboat, or we've been on it a few times, and so this is what this reminded me of. It's Little House Needleworks Mississippi riverboat. So finished this one. I did not have the called for fabric, and I didn't have anything that was as dark, but I thought I got pretty close to the fabric they use as far as shade. But when I got into doing it and went to do the boat was not showing up all that well. I used 14 count Rustico Ada, and so I went ahead and did it all, and then asked everybody who came over's opinion, including my husband and my kids, if they thought I should outline the boat so that you could see it better. When you're up close, you can see it, but I think if it was framed and you were just walking by, you would probably not be able to see the boat real well. So I went back and I outlined just the white on the boat, and I think that helped tremendously. So here's a finish on that one. So this was a fun one. I love their patterns and the color scheme and all that. So this will probably go in our on our vacation wall, just because of the memories. So otherwise, in the last 2 weeks, I've got bit by the Christmas bug. I wasn't planning on really dedicating a ton of time to Christmas stitching this year, but after seeing everyone out there get started on Christmas, and then of course Chantel, she's constantly on Instagram and YouTube showing us all these stunning finishes. So I was like, oh no, I need to do some of that. So I sat down and dug out a bunch of stuff, got on Pinterest, found a bunch of free patterns, and I have been stitching Christmas ornaments. So a few of them are finishes, but the first one I dug out the pattern. I hadn't gotten a chance to do the whole thing yet. It was in my to-do pile, but I pulled out this one, and that's Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas Sampler by It's So Emma. And so I just pulled out a couple of the ornaments and did them as individuals. Can't quite decide how I'm going to finish them yet, but they were fun. And I haven't, they call for her little buttons, and I have those in the drawer. I just need to get them out and sew them on. So far, hopefully these will stay on my board here. I did, oh, you can really see there's Mr. Snowman and the cottage and the Christmas tree, but they work up super fast, and they'll be really adorable once I add the buttons. So we'll see how creative I can get with those in the next couple weeks and get those finished. Those are super fun. And then on Pinterest, I found this one, which, you know, favorite Christmas movie of ours, probably of all time. We watched it at least 15 times, probably in the month of December. And I will likely do a hoop finish on this, I think is kind of what I'm envisioning. So this was fun. And who doesn't love that, quote, famous line from Home Alone? So this is 18 count red Ada that I had in the drawer, just some scraps. So I just did that on there, and I used one thread. And as you'll see in just a few minutes, I'm really liking that. That has made all the difference in my 18 count stitching. So this is fun. I'll make up several more of these, probably at least for the kids, and then to give as gifts maybe. So that one was fun. And then I started this one last night. Had this pattern for a while. I believe it's a Sue Hillis pattern. Candy canes. And so it's just got, I think, 5 colors to it. Working up pretty quickly. This is just some 14 count opalescent Ada that I probably found at Hobby Lobby, I think. But it's got sparkles in it. So I've got that much done on this one. Probably be able to finish this one tonight. And then I'm going to make, I think, a couple more potentially for gifts. So I kind of envision a pillow finish on this. I have some cute Christmas fabric up there that I think will be really fun for that. So that's what I'm planning for that one. And then the other Christmas thing I dove into was, I have 4 of these so far. I didn't look up, but I feel like I heard at one point there was like 30 some of these patterns. So they're the Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday series. And I just loved them the first time I saw them. I've seen so many people do so many different things with them. I know Deb from Country Stitchers is doing hers in framed finishes with, I think, 5 or 6 houses in each one, which kind of was my original, oh my goodness, yes, I'm going to do that. But now I'm thinking, after I saw Chantel do her box, or talk about doing her box finish, I think what I want to do is get just some blocks, wood blocks. Have my husband cut some of those up, and we will stain them. And I kind of want to make a Christmas village out of them. If there's 30 some, then I think I could eventually make them all. And then at some point, someday down the road, my boys could split them up and maybe have a decent Christmas village of their own. Don't know if that'll ever happen. But I always think in threes, always. And of course, you don't want anybody left out. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I need to get over that. But that's just what I think of. So I finished the firehouse. I had some 16 count cream Ada, and again, it's not as dark as the model stitched. I think that's Portobello linen. So I wasn't sure. I did a floss toss on there to see how the ecru would look. It's not dark. If you're looking at it, you can see the snowflakes. They don't super stand out, but they're also not the focal point of the piece either. So I think that's okay. I think once they're finished, they'll stand out enough to know that it's winter besides the Christmas decorations. So anyway, these were fun. They're way more detailed than they look. Not hard, but there was a lot more to it that took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. So, but I really love it. So anyway, one down, however many to go. That's the firehouse. I did change the color of the dog because of the fabric I chose. I made him just a really light brown instead of the ecru. He's probably supposed to be a Dalmatian, but I'll just consider him a dirty Dalmatian. But I wanted him to make sure and show up. So that was fun. I'm looking forward to getting to the rest of these. So far, I have got the toy store. So that will be a good one. And the filling station. I thought the boys would like that one. And then, of course, you can't not have a quilt shop. So those are the ones I have on hand, and I need to get busy adding to my collection to finish those. So, whips. What have I been up to? Again, I got bit by the Christmas bug, so my other projects didn't get a ton of attention in the last 2 weeks, but I did plug away at a few before that. So this one, if you remember, was the goldfish one that I'm working on for my oldest son. And so I got one more fish done and a bunch of the, whatever that plant is. So I'm headed down to that fish below, and it'll be exciting. It's got some brown in it, so we'll get away from the oranges for a minute. And it's fun. It's on 14 count blue Ada, just a scrap that I had. And it doesn't go super fast because there's tons of color changes, but the shading looks amazing. So a little bit more done on that. And then last time I had mentioned that I started Lori Holt's Vintage Housewife. And so I remembered to bring that up to show you. And I need to trim it down. This piece is massive. Big, crunchy white Ada. And it's going to look great when it's done, but it's a lot to manage in the Q-snap. So anyway, that's what I have done so far on that. So I jumped up and got started on the border. So I'll keep plugging away at that. This will be another pick it up now and then because it's a big one. So anyway, love it. And I can't wait to get my quilted so I can get it hung up behind me and show you guys. So that's kind of what else I've been working on besides the travel ones that I told you guys about last time. I brought up the frame. I need to confer with the husband who made the frame, how thick the glass is. I didn't want to fully finish this piece yet in the frame until I talk to him because I need to know how thick I can make it so that the piece and the glass will fit in the frame. But so I kind of just taped it to the back so you guys can at least get an idea of what I'm talking about. But I really like how it's going to look. I think it'll be a good gallery wall at some point. We just did something very simple, just with this little edge lip around the bottom, or around the edge. And I think it's going to look really good when they're all done. So we're moving on to the next one, but this one I'll fully finish here in the next couple weeks, and we'll have one down and quite a few to go on that one too. But I'm excited to at least be moving forward with that. My next one I'm working on is Ellis Island. And say a prayer for me for all that water. That's a lot of blue. And the skeins, I mean, there's a hunk of blue floss. So it's going to take a while. But that's the next one on the docket. And it's 18 count. And so I decided to start this one with one thread. And I'm sold. This is so much easier. I just love how it's working up. And it's not crowded or bulky. And the coverage is really good. I like it. It gives it kind of a softer look. And I'm really happy with how it's turning out. So I got her started. Her almost done. Started on the skyline back there a little bit. And just a few lines of that blessed water. So it will be in the rotation this week. I'll try and put a few more stitches in that. So definitely a one strand on 18 count believer from here on out. I had to show you guys, I thought this was funny. The patterns come on multiple pages, and the overlap isn't always real easy to decipher because sometimes on these full coverage ones there's a lot going on. So I typically cut them apart and tape them. And so I asked my husband to do this the other day, and he so kindly did. And then he brought it back to me, and I literally laughed out loud because I thought, oh my word, what have I done? Because this is ridiculous. Like, I can't even fit it on my stand next to my chair. So I ended up folding it anyway, and I thought, well, I might as well have just left them apart and figured it out. So I just thought I'd show you how massive this thing is. I don't even know if you can tell, but anyway. This is not real conducive to propping up next to your stitching spot. So, yeah, it's a big one. So, I might not do that with the next one. But I thought I'd show you the ones that I have that are coming up. First, I thought I'd show you, this is the collection in case you're interested. It's called the Posy Collection. And when I get on eBay and look for them, that's what I search for. She does have other designs besides historical places to visit. She's a very pretty designer. But anyway, that's what the collection is. It's called, and it's www.posycollection.com as well. So this one is Ford's Theater. I've been there 3 times. Super fun. The wonderful Gateway Arch in St. Louis. I didn't think I was claustrophobic till I got in the tiny little car to go to the top of this thing, and whoa, never again. But it was a beautiful view. Beautiful view. So, Gateway Arch. The Marine Corps Memorial. That's always a neat thing to see. It'll be fun. Arlington Cemetery. This one I'm thinking might go a little quicker because it's just a bunch of little motifs in there. So might do that one next. Go faster. Of course, Biltmore. We just did that in 2019. That one will take a little bit longer. It's another longer piece like my Williamsburg piece. And same with this one. This one's, I think it's only got 3 or 4 colors in it, but the National Cathedral, so that'll be beautiful. The Marshall House, this is a house that sits up next to Fort Vancouver, just above us. Neat, very big, very pretty house. And of course, Crater Lake, just to the south of where I am. More water. That ought to be fun. And this one's not very big, so again, it's an 18 count full coverage, so definitely doing 1 strand on that. Devil's Tower. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to Devil's Tower. It's off the beaten path, way farther than we thought, and we still die laughing every time we think about it because it felt like it took forever, and then all of a sudden we came around the corner and there it was. So it's kind of cool. So that same trip we did the Crazy Horse. This one shouldn't take, oops, sorry about that. Shouldn't take very long at all. I think it's only 3 colors, so it should go pretty quickly. And then for our 25th anniversary, we went to Texas to do Magnolia, to Austin. We stayed in Austin. Beautiful city. We toured the Texas State Capitol there. And that's another 18 count full coverage. And I think they work up to be about 5 by 7. So there's that one. And then this summer we hit the famous Pensacola Beach sign. So I had to order that one. So that's what's on my to-do pile. And again, like I said, I always have one going. And when I finish that one, move on to the next one. So it might be a few years before that to-do list is done. Let's see. As far as purchases, I haven't really been anywhere or done a whole lot the last 2 weeks. Just been busy stitching Christmas ornaments. But I did get this because I couldn't not get this. Love Chrissy with Finally a Farm Girl. Her patterns are so adorable. But when she came out with this one, I thought, well, I better get this one and do it because my husband's name is Jeremiah. And you can only imagine how many times this joke has come up in his lifetime and still does. So I went ahead and got her Jeremiah pattern. So I'll have to maybe do this up for him for his office. But he sure is cute. And her patterns are great. They look really nice. I did pop into the Dollar Tree the other day for something. And as I was zipping down the craft aisle towards the cash register, I came across these. They called them bottle caps, I think. But they're kind of like like those tart tins that Priscilla and Chelsea use for their finishes. And I thought, oh, that's cute. It had a jute string on it, but in true Dollar Tree fashion, it fell off when I picked it up. So have to do a better ribbon finish or something. It's got 2 holes that you can stick ribbon through and hang on. So that'll be fun for a finish of some kind. Okay, I think that's all I have for stitching this time. I did do a little bit of sewing. I have been looking at these in the corner of my sewing room for months. I think I got them way last spring or late winter. I bought the panel from Fat Quarter Shop because they're adorable and everything Lori does is so cute. And I definitely need more project bags because I keep starting new stuff. So I'm almost out. So I thought I'm going to finally sit down and tackle these. They're not hard. I just had to dig up enough lining fabric for all of them. So I got into my fabric cupboard over there and dug out lining for everything and got all the batting cut. And so I did have time to get one done. The rest are ready to go and probably only take me a day or less to finish, but they sure are cute. And her double zippers are fun. I've never done a double zipper before. Very well designed, very well made. And yeah, they were a lot of fun. I didn't do much quilting on this one. I just did a little quilting around the logo here in the front, but they sure are fun with the tabs and again, those double zippers. So looking forward to doing the rest of those. And again, like I said, having more project bags. I did finish one quilt that I had sitting in the corner of my sewing room. It's been cut out for quite a while and I just needed to get it off my list. So this is a pattern I've done before. It's called Off Track by Cluck Cluck Sew. I made another one of these, and I'll show you in just a minute, in 2017. But this is an easy pattern, super jelly roll friendly. And I had a jelly roll up there of some 30s and 40s reproduction prints. And so I grabbed that, and I think I was able to do the whole thing. I don't think I had to sub anything, but anyway, I was able to get that done. I did a throw size this time. I did a twin size last time, but this is just a throw size. So I don't know if you can see just some of the fun prints. Let's see if I can get there. Just, it's super, super cute. So yeah, it works up really easily. So you can kind of get the gist of what it looks like there. So, and then I'll show you real quick the last one I made. This is Vintage Picnic by Bonnie and Camille. And these prints are super cute. I just love all of their prints. Little birds. Super fun. I love this bright colors. And then on the back is a cute kind of cross stitch type fabric, which is my favorite. And then just a red gingham on the background. So we use this one a lot. So anyway, that's about all I've been up to. Like I said, I got sidetracked with the Christmas ornaments, and so I need to focus maybe on Christmas. I do need to get to the Priscilla and Chelsea piece that I showed you last time that I want to do, because I do have the board, and I really want to display that this year. So I don't have a ton of Christmas in my stash, so I'm looking forward to maybe getting some more of that for next year. Let's see. So that's my plans. And then also, before I see you again in 2 weeks, I will have gone to the all-day retreat at Acorns and Threads up in Portland with Cecilia from Heart and Hand. And I am so excited about that. I have never been to a retreat before, and this at this point is as close as I'm going to get. So it's just a one-day thing. The project is Thankful Town, and so just the picture I saw looks adorable, and I have completely fallen in love with her Tiny Town series. Christmas Tiny Town is definitely on my purchase list. It's high up there. So anyway, looking forward to meeting her and kind of seeing what this retreat / workshop business is all about. I can't wait. So I'm going to report back on that next time. Other than that, I'm just going to keep stitching, sew the project bags, and whatever else life throws at us in this next 2 weeks, which never a dull moment around here. So thanks again so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been super fun to connect with some of you and meet you in the comments. I appreciate your comments so much. It's encouraging, and it's just been fun to see who's out there and what you do and all of that. So again, I appreciate you coming back, and have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.